Welcome to the Delmarva Almanac. Each week we connect you to the best of Delmarva. Like other almanacs, our aim is to tell you a little bit about our past, our present, and events in the near future. I'm your host, Dana Kester McCabe. Delmarva's county fair season is now underway. It's part of a long-standing tradition that predates the close of the Civil War, when farmers in our country were struggling. At that time, President Andrew Johnson commissioned a study to find out how to help farmers throughout the country, but particularly in the South, whose livelihood was decimated by the war. One conclusion of the study was to start an organization similar to the Freemasons. The Patrons of Husbandry, or the National Grange, was founded in 1867. From the beginning, they have included women and youth in all levels of the organization. The Grange states that the family is the base of the organization, with full membership beginning at age 14. Since then, the Grange has developed into an important network for the people who grow our food. They help publish important scientific information for farmers and serve to advocate for the rights and concerns of the producers of our agriculture. They also have made the annual County Summer Fair a regular focal point of their year. These festivals were part of an ancient tradition of harvest season markets and competitions between farmers. The American tradition of county fairs began in the early 19th century, when farmers brought out their best livestock to be judged against their neighbors. New farm equipment was displayed and demonstrated. There were contests for the best fruits and vegetables, pies, preserves, and handcrafts. The 4-H Club became an important partner of the Grange and the newly formed County Cooperative Extension Network, which was developed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture to encourage farmers to learn the newest methods of growing crops and livestock. Children had already been organized locally into growing clubs specializing in things like corn and tomatoes. These clubs became both an educational and social center for children in rural communities. And the annual fair competition gives them something to work toward every year. They grow their own fruits and vegetables, and even their own cattle, pigs, sheep, goats, rabbits, and chickens. They make crafts and prepare preserves. They learn about hard work and how to win or lose graciously. 4-H is thought to be critical to the future of farming and the source of our food because it helps inspire a new generation of farmers. Over time, county fairs grew to include other farm-related amusements like tractor pull competitions and cow chip tossing. And of course, then came the addition of the Midway with carnival rides and musical acts. Here on Delmarva, the tradition is alive and well. In Delaware, the individual counties came together for the Delaware State Fair, which was held for the first time in 1920. It's the biggest festival of its type on the peninsula, attracting over 300,000 visitors every year during the last week of July. This year, it will have all the expected down-home country attractions, along with a rodeo event, a demolition derby, and nationally recognized musical entertainment like Bryan Adams and New Kids on the Block. The next biggest country fair here is the annual Chincoteague Pony Penning and Auction. They get things started with a blueberry festival and then focuses completely on the wild horses of Assateague. In Maryland, every county has their own country fair coming up, except Talbot, which already had theirs, and Caroline and Dorchester, which hold a combined event. There are also a few other agricultural festivals every summer on the peninsula worth mentioning. August 1st is the Blessing of the Combines, with its spectacular parade of farm equipment through downtown Snow Hill. On August 15th is the Middletown, Delaware Peach Festival, and on August 22nd, it's the annual Great Eastern Shore Tomato Festival held in Vienna, Maryland. The annual Farm Festival is a great chance for us to connect with the source of our foods and the people who produce it right here on Delmarva. So food is always a centerpiece. Cotton candy, popcorn, and funnel cake are certainly to be expected, but more importantly, locally grown food like fresh corn on the cob, heirloom tomatoes, and all types of chicken. Often there is locally caught seafood, raw, steamed, or fried. When I was growing up, my father entered his jellies every year in the county fair. He was very proud of the ribbons he won for his various flavors: elderberry, strawberry, apple, and even pepper jelly. Except for the wild elderberries, which he picked himself, he grew the main ingredients for all his recipes. Every county fair has specific rules for these contests, but you don't have to be a farmer to enter them. So if you have a terrific recipe using something from your own garden, there is a country fair waiting for you. The county fair is indeed a beloved tradition. What a delight it is to see all the beautiful farm animals and watch a proud young child getting an award for their prize rabbit or pig. Who doesn't have a lovely memory of going to the fair and your first Ferris wheel ride when you start to rise above the hot, sweaty crowds into the cool night air to look out over the magically colorful lights and tents? Somewhere we all have hidden in a storage box a ridiculous-looking stuffed toy won on the Midway, the sight of which recalls the bizarrely wonderful smell of cooking sugar mixed with hay and cow manure, and the delicious teenage anticipation that this is the year that you just might have a romantic encounter at the annual county fair. To make your own county fair memory, eat some delicious locally sourced food, and connect with your neighbors, get yourself to one of Delmarva's county fairs this summer. We have a complete list with dates and links to all of them on our website, delmarvaalmanac.com/living. Well, that's all for this edition of the Delmarva Almanac. We'd like to thank our community partners, the Friends of Delmarva Public Radio, the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore, and underwriters EatDrinkBuyArt.com for their help in bringing this program to you, our audience. Our theme music was provided by Brightside Studio. This show has been a Moonshell production. Thanks for listening. Until we meet again, may the rhythms and tides of Delmarva bring you good fortune.